Data is incredibly important to all of this because we want to support evidence-based policies that reduce gun violence. We have, Americans in general, a majority of Americans believe that there's nothing mutually incompatible with support for the Second Amendment, but keeping guns out of the hands of criminals and other prohibited people. But to be able to balance those important priorities, we need to know the best strategies that research, that the data suggests are going to reduce gun violence. And I think as the panel today really demonstrates, there's so many holes in what we do know. We know that we have an astronomical rate of gun violence in the United States, particularly in certain communities, and we heard about domestic violence, we heard about violence in cities that's connected to social networks, gang affiliation. We heard about the exposure, the cost of gun violence, that exposure of people in the population, and yet, when it comes down to some of the brass tacks, we still see things in sort of these terms of our overarching categories. Gun violence, every gun that's recovered from a crime scene is not the same. Some of them have been circulating for a long time in the criminal market. We're not sure how to intervene to remove those guns. Some guns are moving very quickly from these licensed dealers to crime scenes, as Susan demonstrated in Chicago. And that those guns, then, there's a different kind of intervention that we might be able to take to prevent them from getting into a community and either the Chicago police pulling them off the streets there or recovering them at a crime scene when it's too late.